The biggest surprise by far within the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and its teaser trailer that debuted a couple of days ago over at Star Wars Celebration Chicago was the reveal of Emperor Palpatine's laughter in the background at the very end of the footage, just before the logo is revealed. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really puzzled over is exactly what J.J. Abrams plans to do with the character of Emperor Palpatine. Is he coming back to life? Is he not coming back to life? Now, all the different leaks that we've been going over these past 6 months, give or take, it suggests that he will be coming back in the form of a hologram, dream sequences, visions, and of course in a different realm that is similar to the Worlds Between Worlds. However, there's still a possibility of him coming back to life, absolutely, where JJ can pull a Dark Empire. Now, recently, JJ was actually getting a lot of questions about Emperor Palpatine, the scenes involving Ian Mcdiarmid, and he was able to provide his reaction to working on the Palpatine scenes and/or just a scene, with, of course, Ian Mcdiarmid, as well as Kathleen Kennedy touching on this, with, of course, MTV News. So I want to go over what J.J. Abrams had to say first in the various interviews from Star Wars Celebration, where they were all asking him about Palpatine and his scenes in the movie, and what J.J. thinks and what fans can expect. So he states, "I know, I can't wait for you all to see the movie. It is fun. Working with Ian was among the most wonderful experiences I have ever had. He is a breathtakingly great actor, and it's going to be a lot of fun. For audiences, you are going to have to wait and see to find out what we have planned. Expect the unexpected." And then MTV News, alright, separate from this, they were asking Kathleen Kennedy about Palpatine, some behind-the-scenes stuff, and this is what she had to say. So MTV actually asks this: "One last thing for you, the big reveal today. Palpatine is apparently back." Kathleen Kennedy says, "Yes." MTV says, "When you heard that as a pitch, how far back does that go when you've heard it?" Kathleen Kennedy states, "Oh, that goes back to when we were talking about Force Awakens, and just the whole blueprint of where we've ended up now has kind of been in the works since then. But there was nothing more thrilling than to be in that room, especially to have Ian walk on stage where we were waiting to see the reaction of what the audience was going to be like." MTV states, "When did you let Ian know that he was going to be coming back?" Kennedy states, "We let him know right at the beginning, and he was going so gung-ho. He was all for it. He had a blast." So, Ian had a blast working on the film as Emperor Palpatine once again, and as J.J. Abrams says, working with Ian was one of the most wonderful experiences that he has ever had, and how he's a breathtakingly great actor, and it's going to be a lot of fun for audiences, and that to expect the unexpected when it comes to the Palpatine scenes in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So, what does this really mean? We do know that there's a very specific line of dialogue that was delivered by Luke, by Mark Hamill, the actor who portrays him, where he says, "No one's ever really gone," followed by the laughter of Emperor Palpatine. Now, it would kind of be a little weird for Disney and Lucasfilm to throw that piece of dialogue of Luke Skywalker, followed by the laughter of Palpatine, if Palpatine wasn't coming back in a way where he appears to be alive, right? At the very least, appears to be alive. Now, that could mean a Sith ghost, or something around the lines of a realistic vision for Kylo Ren, which we have been going over for a very long time now. But one thing is for certain is that Ian Mcdiarmid, as said by J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy, he had a blast working on this thing. J.J. Abrams, continued to say that, to expect the unexpected, and that this movie, when it comes to Palpatine, alright, it really is going to be something that a lot of fans are going to enjoy, and that the teaser trailer, especially when it comes to Palpatine, JJ also stated today, not too long ago, that the hype, alright, it's going to live up to the hype, so nothing's going to really let us down, hopefully, from what J.J. Abrams is saying here, and maybe they really are going to pull a Dark Empire. In case you guys are just tuning in, a Dark Empire is a 1990s Dark Horse comic line. I grew up with a great and fantastic comics, I gotta say. Where we do have Palpatine come back to life by use of essence transfer, where he transfers his consciousness into a younger clone body. Now, that is by far the most realistic route of bringing Palpatine back, instead of him just coming back into fruition where he never died at the very end of Return of the Jedi, right? To me, it would be more epic to have him come back to life in the form of a clone. Now, what's going on with Matt Smith? You guys may recall months and months ago we heard the rumors about a young version of Palpatine being in this movie, and we're not quite sure what that really meant, and they're really keeping Matt Smith's role in this movie on lockdown. And there's also a lot of talk that maybe he got cut out of the movie or something like that, we're not quite sure, but nonetheless, guys, we haven't been hearing a whole lot about Matt Smith at all, other than the fact that months ago, it was actually a big role that was being kept a huge secret. I mean, very little cast members and very little crew members of the movie knew about Matt Smith's role in Episode 9. So what does that really mean, right? So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.